Welcome to episode 109 of the Inside Byte. I'm your host, Tim Schaffer. I'm here with my co-host, not Rudy. I'm here with my co-host, Leon. Tell us about yourself.
I'm 9.
You're 9. That's all you got.
This is all I got.
All right. You know how old you are, at least. That's good. Leon's my kid who doesn't know. He is 9 years old. What do you like to do? I mean, what did we go do today?
We went out to the skate park.
Rudy is out on vacation. I was trying to find someone to come on, and I thought it'd be really just funny and interesting to just I don't think I've ever listened. I haven't listened to a podcast where a kid was on, right? First of all, that's a really big rarity there. And then two, it's just it'd be kind of interesting getting into the mind of a kid when it comes to the video game subject, right? Because pretty much since you were born, I mean, video games were just I was pretty much playing it every day,
Yes.
So you just been around it constantly. Far more than just, I guess, the average person or whatever. But even just average person playing games or not playing games. They're kids, they're probably playing video games, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
When I was a kid, not really. Let's say, you have a class of, 30 kids. Maybe 5 of them played games. Something like that. Maybe 10 maximum. It was still bigger than what it would be generations behind that, but not much. Nowadays, what? I mean, is there anyone in your class who doesn't play some sort of game?
There is 5 people, but that's it at the most.
So 5 out of your classroom.
Yes.
Yeah, gaming's just way bigger than ever, obviously. But the first thing I do whenever I have a guest on is I ask them 2 questions. One, what's their favorite video game console? Or system, just, I guess technically it could be the PC is what I'm getting at. But what's your favorite system?
I would have to split it into new and old if I'm doing what's my favorite. My favorite is probably the Switch.
Yeah? That may be my number 2 pick. So I go between Super Nintendo and PS1, and I can't decide between them. But right after that, I was mentioning it to Tommy yesterday, the day before. I was like, honestly, the Switch is probably number 2 to that tied first place. So the Switch is a really big contender of the library's so big. There's so many. It's impossible to not find at least 100 really good games. There's so many games to pick from.
So it's between, for me, the Xbox or the Switch. And
Which Xbox?
The Xbox Series X and S.
Okay.
Because of the friend system they have between Switch and Xbox. Because Xbox is much better, but it doesn't have really cartoony games that I kind of like.
That's what a 40-year-old would say right now, honestly. That's pretty much Xbox is really good when it comes to their online. Social networks, all of that, delivering a lot of top quality experiences and all of this, but Nintendo just has those almost Disney magic kind of games that you just can't get anywhere else. That's really good, right? I mean, some of my favorite games are Nintendo games, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. So, okay, Switch and Xbox, go between that, okay? But your favorite
old.
What's favorite old?
My favorite old is probably the SNES.
Okay.
Just because I love the Marios and Mario Paint.
Oh,
Which is
okay.
a spin-off Mario.
I mean, there's a lot of Super Nintendo games you love. What are some others?
Mega Man? Did they have
Probably Mega Man X.
Yes,
Yeah.
Mega Man X. Then we got the second Link.
The Zelda,
Yeah.
Link to the Past. That's the
Yes.
third one, right? So the NES had 1 and 2.
Yeah, the NES
And
had 1
then
and 2.
Super Nintendo had the third one, A
I
Link
thought
to the
they
Past.
also had second, but I knew it came from the NES.
Okay. What's another Super Nintendo? I mean, you love Kirby. Which one?
Yes. I love Kirby Superstar.
Yeah. You've played that a lot. That's probably your most played Super Nintendo game, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Name one more Super Nintendo game that you like a lot. We don't have to go through them all, but what's another?
That's Probably. Oh, I have a mini SNES in my room, but you haven't seen me play it. You can actually like get if you like defeat the first like world and the first Star Fox that they have on the SNES, then you can play the second. And I got to like halfway there, I guess.
Okay, cool. Top 5 favorite, let's say like game franchises. You know, you have like Metal Gear Solid or Sonic or Mario or whatever.
Yeah,
so like top 5 series in it.
Third is Kirby. Fifth is probably...
Third, fifth?
I don't know where to put this game. I mean, it's a really good game, but I don't know really where to put it. I mean, I do like Minecraft a lot, and I'm trying to... Yeah, fifth. Minecraft fifth. I know there's not multiple games of it, but
still, no, it counts.
Yeah,
it counts.
I really like it.
Okay. Kirby third, Minecraft fifth, for some reason. Well, okay, fourth. What?
My fourth is probably Splatoon.
Okay, awesome. Dabs.
And then second, Zelda.
Oh.
Right now, Zelda.
Okay.
I'm playing Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. I've been playing the original on the NES that we had in the living room.
Yeah, not emulated, but like actually on the...
Yes, actually on the NES. Because
Good
we
stuff.
have it over there.
It's funny watching you play that, by the way, because, I mean, how would anyone know where to look, right, to find where a dungeon is or where a secret is or whatever?
Yeah.
It's really fun just watching people, like, discover where things are of, like, okay, there's some harder enemies over here. Maybe I shouldn't go over here. Maybe I should go to, like, the more red enemies because they're a little easier, right? And that kind of directs you into the first dungeon if you go in what's, like, more dangerous or not as dangerous, right? Mm-hmm. Same with just, like, you'll run into roadblocks, you know, that you can't proceed unless you have this or that. So you know to go a different way.
And also things that, for the first dungeon, they'll have, okay, spoiler alert, for the first dungeon, they'll have a bridge, and there's blue enemies there, but it has a long bridge, and you don't see the end of it. So it's trying to think what is...
even though it looks a little dangerous, it's trying to put something really interesting there, so you still want to go anyway.
Yeah.
And then that's what directs you to the dungeon.
Yes.
Yeah.
And also, spoiler, the second dungeon... I completely forgot the pattern at that, like, mountain stuff.
Oh, no.
And I saved the game, but... Did I save the game?
You were playing on Switch at that time, and we switched over to playing on Nintendo.
Yeah.
And so you had to start over, and you just didn't
We forgot how to say. Oh, we forgot how... Not how to say. To say.
Oh, okay. Okay, Zelda 2, you got one more. I mean, what's your favorite then? If you're saying, I
didn't do my first off the bat because I can't really decide.
What are you thinking about? Like deciding between? Like, is there things that you're?
I'm thinking of. Oh, it's between Gorilla Tag. I've been playing that a lot lately. Gorilla Tag and
VR.
Yes. Right? Yeah. And VR. It's a VR game that it's not like...
So Gorilla Tag is better than Zelda and better...
No!
You're not doing order? You're just... Let's...
I'm just
saying 5?
Yeah, I don't know. Okay. I don't know the order.
What's your favorite... Well, let's ask that. What is your favorite game series? Like, if you had to pick one.
If I had...
Do you think you could do that? What are you saying?
Zelda or...
I mean, we can go with Zelda.
Right now, it's Zelda or Gorilla Tag, but I probably will change very, very soon.
Okay. Anyway.
Between those two.
Alright.
Because I've been playing a lot of Gorilla Tag lately. And the reason I love it, it's because it's actually like... It's not like other games where you get to know it and you get pretty good at it the first 10 minutes of playing it. And I know you're not good at Elden Ring or blah blah blah, but those are hard games. Like, it's actually like different from a lot of other games. It's like skateboarding. How long learning how to skateboard.
It takes that much effort of how to learn how to skateboard as it does to like play Gorilla Tag correctly.
Yes, to do it very, very, very good.
Okay. And you just like really working at that and getting really good at something.
Yes.
I mean, that's a great quality to have, you know? So, okay. Which we see, right? You do that with your piano, you know?
Yes.
You get really good at that. So work on it really hard. Okay, let's get into the news, right? We just had to go through the gauntlet of favorite systems, favorite games. Pokemon Presents happened, right? And we're just going to go everything that got announced. I stole this from IGN. It happened earlier this morning, and I'm just going to pull the story straight from them because I haven't had a lot of time because it aired this morning. I figured, well, since we're recording this late, might as well slip this in because previously in my notes, I just had that the event was happening, but now we can actually go over it. So I'm actually a little happy we get to go over it here.
Me too.
Yeah, you watched it with me, right?
Yes.
Well,
we were in the car. My dad got picked up from his job, and he brought out his phone with another streamer on it.
We were watching Nintendo Fangirl, which is a YouTuber I've been watching for, 15 years at this point? Anyway, so she was watching the Pokemon Presents, and I was like, yeah, I'll watch it along with her on my way to work, basically.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah, it was
way home, not work.
It was work. It was this morning. At like 8 a.m., dude.
Oh, wait, yeah. It was this morning.
All right.
Man, the days went fast. So fast that I'm completely thinking that it's been like 4 hours ago.
Yeah. Wait till you get older. All right. That's what we say. The older you get, the faster time just flies. It's pretty cringe.
In your mind, but it's not actually.
It is actually, dude.
No, it's not.
I'm joking.
Because then, over time would be out of track, and we would not be able to keep up track with it, and it would be a full day. Like, for only like 4 minutes, it would be a full day.
And then we would die in what, like a year?
Yeah.
All right, Pokemon. Pokemon Path to the Peak is a new animated series focused on the trading card game. At the start of the event, we got a first look at the Pokemon Path to the Peak, a new animated short series focused on the official Pokemon trading card game. The new anime series will premiere at the Pokemon World Championship, which begins later this week. Now, I must say, this isn't the animated series that you saw, because they're also doing a full-fledged one. We'll get into it. But they are doing a sort of mini-series based around just like the trading card game side of it, which I think is really cool. So it's like a kid doing like trading card game, and he maybe becoming a professional or going to tournaments or something like that. And it's an anime series about that.
So what I think that would be cool I think it would be cool, like Yu-Gi-Oh's spoilers about it. In Yu-Gi-Oh, whenever they put down the card, there's like a special system that they have that makes it look like it's actually in real life happening.
First of all, that's not a spoiler. A spoiler is like spoiling like a story plot point.
It's in the first episode.
So the fact of seeing monsters come out of the cards could be a spoiler to somebody, you're saying?
I don't really know what to put a spoiler alert on and off. So.
Okay. Gotcha. I wouldn't put it there. I think that's pretty okay to say, hey, a monster comes out of your card. All right.
Okay.
Pretty much what would be shown in like a trailer or like before the episode starts, anything like that, like the intro.
Oh.
I would say that's not really a spoiler.
Okay.
So you're good there. But yes, Yu-Gi-Oh comes to mind, right? And Yu-Gi-Oh's awesome, right? I really like, yeah. I never even played the game before, but I just watched the anime, right? And it was really good.
Yeah, the anime is really good.
Believe in the heart of cards, dude. Anyway, so yeah, just the potential there, knowing how good Yu-Gi-Oh is and doing like a Pokemon of that could be really cool.
Yeah.
All right. Detective Pikachu returns and gets a new trailer, but the game. So we already knew we were getting a sequel to the Nintendo 3DS game, Detective Pikachu. And today we got the first trailer, which introduces some characters that will appear alongside with some gameplay. Most notably, Detective Pikachu Returns will allow you to investigate various crime scenes. Detective Pikachu Returns is literally the title of the game. And I keep saying it like it's returning. Anyway, Detective Pikachu Returns arrives on October 6th exclusively for the Nintendo Switch. First of all, you like turn on your Xbox and you like play like Pokemon game. That'd be pretty funny. Anyway, so what do you think about this Detective Pikachu? I mean, do you care about Detective Pikachu?
I did play on your 3DS one time, but
Okay.
honestly, I don't think it's that good. Like
It's not.
Oh wait, I forgot about Pokemon whenever I was ranking, whenever I was talking about...
Ooh, top 5. Yeah. I mean, do you like Pokemon more than Zelda?
Yes, I do like Pokemon more than Zelda.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
I get it, because it's that big of a thing. It feels more than a video game.
Yes.
You know? And you always have to remember, oh, it's a video game, and thrown into that. Because the same with me, I do it. Like, Pokemon is really huge for me. I love it, but I don't really put it in a video game conversation enough. Even though when I'm thinking Pokemon, I'm mostly thinking video game. But yeah, it's especially in Japan. I mean, it's just a part of their culture at this point.
Yeah, it's literally a part of their culture.
Detective Pikachu Returns. I mean,
wait,
I want
to say one more thing about Pokemon. My favorite Pokemon is Eevee and its evolutions.
Oh, okay.
Because it's like one of the most friendliest Pokemon, and it's so cute.
It is really. Everyone just has to, state how cute it is, and you should, because it's cute. So. Okay. Detective Pikachu Returns. Do you actually care about playing this or not? Is pretty much all I'm asking.
No.
Okay. No. I don't either, so we'll move on. Well, I mean, look, the Switch game could be better than the 3DS game.
Yeah.
But the 3DS game was so bland that...
Yeah, it's so bland and boring.
I think it's meant for really young kids, like really young, like 2, 3, 4... But I mean, honestly, when I was playing on my 3DS and you were you were 3 or 4 years old and you were like, nah, I'm good, dude.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I do remember, like, trying it for the first time. I was like, nope, I'm going to play Pokemon instead.
Okay, fair enough. All right, moving on. Sorry, I tried Detective Pikachu. I'm sorry, but it's just not for us. The movie?
Oh, but the movie's really good. I love the movie.
Yes, me too. I really think it's a super strong movie.
Yeah. Oh, talking about Pokemon movies, there was a 2021 that I really liked that had Mewtwo in it, and it explained, like, in the first Pokemon, that Mewtwo... Why are you doing that?
You gotta get the dab, dude. That Pokemon 2001, dude. That's that good stuff, dude. Are you talking about with Mewtwo and all that?
Yeah, Mewtwo. It told us in the first Pokemon, right, that Mewtwo was, like, created in the lab.
Yeah, dude. They had kids crying during that movie, dude.
And then it showed that Mewtwo destroyed the whole entire building.
Dang, dude.
And killed, like, almost everybody in the lab.
But, kids movie, dude. No. It's a good movie. It's a good movie.
Yeah.
All right, of course. Legendary. Bo, glad you gave the shot out. That's all, It's good flick, bro. All right. Pokemon Horizons, the series, is coming soon. We got a first look at Pokemon Horizons, the series. While not much was shared, we do know it will be set in the Palda region, based on the Pokemon that appeared in the series. A release date has not been announced, but we do know it's coming soon. I mean, the trailer, I think, we got a good idea. It's basically just new art style, new character, new, main characters.
New main characters, and people think that the daughter is the girl Pearl is Ash's daughter. I didn't mean.
I mean, is it? Do we know?
No, I don't think so because of MacPat, Game Theory.
Okay.
He has a very good theory of why that isn't true.
Okay. Anyway, what are you thinking about this, though? Pokemon Horizons, you want to watch it?
Yeah.
Yeah?
I want to... I haven't heard... Do they have a trailer for it yet? Oh, wait, they just did a trailer.
Yeah, we just watched it, dude.
Well, did they have any voices in it?
Yeah.
Of the characters?
Well, yeah, I don't know, actually.
Didn't they just mention it?
I really don't remember. I mean, I remember seeing, like, them running and all that, but I can't remember. Yeah, they was talking, right? I don't know.
No, they weren't talking. I don't think they were talking.
I kind of want to rewatch it. I don't know. We'll rewatch it later.
Yeah.
Whatever. Clearly, I hardly remember. All I know is you want to see it.
Yes.
All right. Moving on. Pokemon Go is getting the Powder Region monsters next month. Nearly a year after Pokemon Scarlet and Violet release, Pokemon Go is finally getting the monsters native to that region. These Pokemon will be available starting next month, like I said. Pokemon Go, I mean, what do you think about Pokemon Go?
It is one of the most... Whenever I hear about Pokemon Go, all I think about is literally the most famous Pokemon spin-off series.
I mean, yeah. I mean, that's correct.
And I do, whenever I get a phone, immediately download that game if it's still up because it looks so good. And I've heard a lot of
I mean, you played it. I'll hand you my phone and you played it and all that. But
that has happened, so I have had experience with it, and that's also pretty much of a reason of why I'm saying that.
So you just want more?
Yes.
Okay.
I just want more of it.
Yeah. All right. The issue with Pokemon Go is you have to actually be traveling, right?
Yeah.
But once it doesn't become 5 trillion degrees outside, we were talking about it next week. There's a new sort of Pokemon Go-like game, but it's not Pokemon. They're doing a Monster Hunter. But you go around like Pokemon Go and sort of fight monsters and all that. And it actually looked really good. Anyway, so I was thinking, it's like, maybe once it gets a little cooler, we can literally just switch between the two, right? And like maybe we get like a tablet, right? You can bring and you can connect it to my phone, and we can just sort of.
Don't we already have a tablet that is somewhere in here, but we don't know where?
iPad Air, the first one, but the battery's super bad in it, and it dies real quick. It's like what? Someone basically gave it to me for like $50, so I was like, yeah, I'll take it. But the battery dies, like, I don't know, you get maybe an hour. So that's kind of hard to use that when it comes to that.
Okay.
Yeah, so, I don't know. Anyway, alright. But, got me thinking though, we'll figure it out, get you a little tablet, and then we'll do some Pokemon Go thing.
But you're obviously not going to let me have service on it.
Yeah, no, we can just do the hotspot thing.
Yeah.
Anyway. Alright. Pokemon Trading Card Game and Pokemon Stadium 2 are finally available on the Nintendo Switch. This is huge. I'm incredibly hyped for this. They're coming to Nintendo Switch online service today, with both being available shortly after it ended. You have to basically have the expansion pack to be able to play the Pokemon Stadium 2 game, because it's in the N64 one. But the Pokemon Trading Card Game is a Game Boy Color game, and that can be played without the expansion pass. We have the expansion pass, we're playing both. But I was actually going to hop on this when I got off of work today, but I just had to do a bunch of other stuff and do all this. But before I go to bed, I'm definitely going to be playing a little Pokemon Trading Card Game, because a lot of memories with that thing. One of the best Game Boy Color games that I've put a ton of time into. And anyway... Sorry, I should have asked for your opinion first before I just influenced it a lot. I don't know, but when you saw it,
So what I thought of is, I remember you getting mixed up. So we were playing Pokemon Stadium. They have the first one, and we thought that we were playing the second one on the Japanese version, but apparently, for some reason, it says 2. It's the first one?
Because there's 3 in Japan. So we never got the first one. the one that we got is actually their number 2. And then they came out with with 3 over there, which would be 2 for us. We never got their 1.
Yeah, so...
Yeah, so now I was like, oh, I got really hyped because I looked in the Japanese one and I was like, oh, dude, Pokemon Stadium 2, this is the one. Because the multiplayer games in that one are so much better than the one before that. And it's just a good party game or whatever.
It's the same.
But it's the same game. So, but now we do have 2. The real 2. It is now on the Switch, and we're definitely going to be playing that.
Yep.
So.
Sure.
But you really should play a Pokemon trading card game. I think I was about your age when I was playing it. That was about Game Boy Color time. So,
yeah,
you could play
I have played a few Game Boy Color on Pirated.
But see, the thing is nowadays they're usually pretty trash. But there are a handful that hold up really well, and this is one of them. Pokemon Trading Card Game is still actually good today. There's not many that still hold up good, but that's one of them. For sure.
Okay.
So I really think you would like it a lot. Anyway, Mew and Mewtwo are coming to Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. Pokemon Scarlet and Violet players can now add them to their collection. You can obtain Mew by entering the password Get Your Mew in the mystery gift menu in Scarlet or Violet, which we need to do so we can get our Mew.
Yeah, so we can get our Mew in Unite. We both have Unite accounts.
Because you have until September 18th to do so, and then you won't be able to get them anymore. So we just need to remember to do that soon.
Yeah.
If not now, basically. But pretty much once we finish recording, I should remember to do that.
Okay.
Anyway, but that's pretty neat. You know, so you can get Mew immediately by putting in the gift. But then there's a Mewtwo raid battle. And if you beat the Mewtwo raid battle, then you obtain Mewtwo, right? So that's how you get him. So that's pretty cool. And I really do like Scarlet and Violet. I haven't went back to it once I finished it. But I really liked it. I understand, like, it ran really bad. It had a lot of problems. It didn't look that good. But, you know, it's a fun game, you know? It really is.
You're talking about Pokemon Unite?
No, Scarlet and Violet.
I was being confused.
Oh,
Sorry.
no.
You're talking about, because it's also on Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, like the Mewtwo thing, and also Unite.
Oh, no. So, yes, but hold on. The Mew and Mewtwo thing, I'm talking Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. So, in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, we can put in the code and get our Mew. And then in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, we can go do a raid battle and get Mewtwo, which we should do.
Yeah, but I remember them saying something about
Mewtwo
and Unite.
They did. It's both. So, they're adding Mewtwo to Pokemon Unite as well. Which, I do like Unite. I like Unite more. I like, Unite's really good. A lot of people don't understand how good it is. I think it's great. Do you like it?
Yeah. Yes, I like it. Mm-hmm. Talking about Pokemon and with Mewtwo, my dad got a Hat Shiny whenever he was about a teenager, right? It was a teen.
I was probably like 19, 20 years old. Basically, Pokemon White and Black 2 when they came out. I don't remember when that was.
You got a Hat Shiny Mewtwo.
Yeah, because so many people hack the game, and basically you can do like trading, and you'll just get people's like hacked Pokemon through trading. So.
And you can actually see if it's hacked or not. Not by...
Yeah, I forget how, but yeah. There was a way I was easily able to tell, and I can't remember what it was. Are you caring about the Mew and Mewtwo with the Pokemon Scarlet and Violet? Do you want to go obtain them and go?
I do.
Do you want to go try to fight Mewtwo? Are we even good enough?
Yeah, we're good enough.
I mean, we beat the game. I know.
70. Is at level 70.
All right.
And that Mewtwo's probably just like level 30.
No, I'm sure it's endgame Mewtwo. But I don't know, you know. I played it, I beat it, and pretty much dropped it. But, dude, my team was baller.
And my team was also pretty good.
All right. We battled a few times against each other, right?
Yeah, and you
Was it me always win? I don't remember.
You were saying to make it level 50, but now I could actually battle you without having...
Oh, yeah.
Having to, like, downgrade your Pokemon to level 50.
Okay. We need a battle.
Because all my Pokemon are like level 68 to level 70. So
Okay. Pokemon Paladin Wins is a new animated web series coming September 6th. And much like the games, it is based on Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. It will focus on a student who wants to become a Pokemon trainer. So, we're getting like 3 series. We're getting like the full series, like the real next Pokemon animated series, all that. Then we get this sort of web series, which a web series is just like, it's going to be shorter. I don't know how short, but they're usually like 10 to 20 episodes, something like that. And then we are getting that Path to the Peak animated series, which is focused on the trading card game side of it all. So there's spamming doing a lot of animated series.
And they're doing a lot on Pokemon. I think right now Nintendo are focusing on like their online stuff and Pokemon. It's literally like all their work.
I mean, Pokemon is their biggest moneymaker. No question.
Yeah, it is their biggest.
So I get it. Lastly, we got a Pokemon Scarlet and Violet first DLC, which arrives next month. Which we've seen before, but now we got an extended look at the expansion pack. New gameplay for Teal Mask, which is the first of the paid DLC expansions. The presentation announced 2 new characters and confirmed that those that play the expansion will have a chance to catch a handful of new Pokemon not already in the base game. Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, the Teal Mask arrives September 13th, exclusively on Nintendo Switch. I was hardly paying attention when we were watching the video at this part because I was disappointed. It was like, oh, it's the last announcement. And I was kind of hoping we'd get a little tease of like the next real Pokemon game, which we didn't get. But at the same time, I'm really happy looking back on that because I got so conditioned to be like, oh, I want to see it. But the more time they take on actually working on the next game, like, they need to actually take some time because they've been just releasing one, like every year. And they just don't put enough time into it, so it's never really that good. And it has a lot of problems and all that. They could have a lot of good ideas, but they just don't have enough time to execute it properly.
Because they want to make, they just want to make money.
Yeah, dude, that's what I'm saying, bro. Maybe they were thinking this. And I hope they were thinking this, because they should be thinking this, thinking big brain. Okay, we actually want to make a lot of money, but we need to take time making the games. What do? What they did. Let's make a bunch of animated series then, right? And the person making the games can just keep grinding away at those games and keep spending more time than what they would usually have. And we'll just make money on other things while they continue to work on the game. So I'm hoping that's what's going on. Mm-hmm. I'm probably going to get my hopes up, but I'm hoping.
Yeah.
I mean, Pokemon's just so, literally since I was your age or younger, I was playing Pokemon on Game Boy. What are you going to say?
Sorry. Haven't I played almost like every single Pokemon game?
Like a little bit, yeah. Like you played the original, you saw, I don't think you saw Gold and Silver.
I remember doing it on your DS. You didn't see me do it though.
Oh, okay.
We're not counting like the difference between silver and gold.
I know what you mean. Yeah.
We're not doing that. I mean, they just are slightly different in like the.
Basically, they'll have 2 or 3 Pokemon that are different from the version. And then what? I don't know, maybe some people may say something a little different, but it's pretty much the same game.
But Scarlet and Violet are probably the ones that did the most of the differences and Violet and
Yeah,
Scarlet.
I really don't know. I never really took the time to try to figure that out.
They have all the Paradox special Pokemon that are only on.
Oh, you're right, dude. You have the whole ancient
Scarlet,
things, and then you have the whole futuristic stuff.
Future.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's a good point. You may actually be right about that, of having the most differences because of that fact. Yeah. Because then you have different, professors because of that. You have a whole bunch of different Pokemon types.
Yeah.
Yeah. Huh. Anyway, but that's pretty much it for Pokemon Presents. What I'm ranking it, 1 to 10, I'm gonna throw 7 at it. I would like to grade it higher because I'm actually happy that they didn't show the next Pokemon game, but technically because they didn't show anything real major, right? Like 7's a pretty good score, maybe 8, right? You could convince me to 8, but I don't want to really go above that. But I'm so hyped that we get to play Pokemon Stadium 2 and we get to play a Pokemon trading card game on Switch. I'm really hyped about even Mewtwo playing in Pokemon Unite. I mean, I kind of want to do that. You know? I really like Pokemon Unite.
But my opinion, I haven't really seen very many of the Pokemon Presents. I'm really excited for the stuff that's coming.
Like, what are you excited for? Like, if you
pretty much everything that Pokemon Presents.
Okay. All the different shows.
Yeah.
The games they show.
Yes.
Okay.
But I am also agreeing with you with the part that glad that they didn't show the next series and stuff. And I was thinking way before you said that of that.
Really? Okay. Baldur's Gate 3, moving on to the next story piece here. It's sitting at a 94 on Metacritic. I want to check that again because that was a day or two ago. And I think there's some more reviews coming in now. Oh my gosh, it's even higher. 96. 96, Baldur's Gate 3. I mean, probably is the same score as Tears of the Kingdom, like for real. 96, Tears of the Kingdom. Tears of the Kingdom is one of the highest rated games, like, ever. Baldur's Gate 3 is matching that. I wanted to go over a few things Baldur's Gate 3 of just different reviews that were put up there. Just because, I mean, there's so many good things said about this. I was really just not going to do this because Divinity Original Sin 1 and especially 2, this is the same people making this. And it's similar gameplay. And I really liked Divinity Original Sin 2, but it just feels... It's just hard. It's hard to get through. I don't know how else to say. Like, not just that, like, the difficulty's hard, but just it's hard to know where to go next, what you should do next. It's like, it's so much. It's like, I have a real big problem when it comes to a game just giving you far too many options that it just makes it, like, almost not enjoyable anymore. And I kind of want a little more pressure to do this or that. But I don't know. I mean... I say that, but one of the biggest things is like learning to get over that with Tears of the Kingdom is like accepting how insanely wide open it is and coming to terms with it and being happy with it. And I think the reason why I can do that with Zelda is because of just how fun it is. Yes. And the problem is with like Baldur's Gate 3, it's a very strategic, like you're just like moving troops around, deciding next move and all of that. But like, that isn't like the fun of when you're playing Zelda and flying around some flying machine you created, you know? So,
but I've never had any experience with it, no, but it's like a military game, right?
So I'm gonna look up, but it's a tactics game, it is. So a lot of the military games are tactics games, but this is what it looks like here. I'm gonna just... Well, it has a viewpoint like Diablo, right? Mm-hmm. But it's turn-based. Guess you can tell from that, right? You ever watch me play Fire Emblem?
Oh, yeah.
It works like Fire Emblem.
Oh,
That's a good way to sort of think about it, okay? But apparently they just did an incredible job making this game, and I do want to give props to them for that. And it is making me, like, I kind of want to try this out, but I have so much to play right now, I'm not worried about buying this right now or anything like that. But I want to read through these reviews here, and then we'll get on to the next thing. TGR left 100. Baldur's Gate 3 is a fine contender for one of the best video game RPGs ever made. It's the most ambitious RPG out there, and the painstakingly accurate rendition of Dungeons & Dragons will delight fans. A must-play, even if some frustrations with D&D format might grate. Another score here, 95 from ZTGD. I can't help but compare it to a great session of Dungeons & Dragons with your friends. It's something that, when done correctly, will stay with you longer after you've finished a play session. The team at Lenderen Studios are to be commended. Baldur's Gate 3 is nothing short of a masterpiece when it comes to RPGs. And two more here. Game Rant gave it a 90. It has a heart, it has style, and it has the multi-year effort of a studio that obviously loves its source material. The mind-blowing size of the game itself and everything contained within is a testament to Lorien Studios' dedication to its craft and commitment to bringing something incredible to the gaming public. Last one, We Got This Covered, gave it a 90. An excellent follow-up to its decades-old predecessor. Baldur's Gate 3 sets a new gold standard for RPGs in the modern age. Though it has its fair share of buggy problems, the vibrant world, intriguing storytelling, and captivating gameplay more than make up for its shortcomings. I've been seeing a lot of people complain about the bugs of like, oh, I lost hours of progress and a save or something like that, which has to be super annoying. But those bugs aside, it seems to be great. So, former Riot, Blizzard devs released teaser for competitive shooter inspired by anime and comics. Mountaintop Studios is a relatively new studio formed in 2020 by Nate Mitchell, a co-founder of Oculus. Mitchell enlisted several others to the studio for its leadership with experience at Double Fine, Valve, Naughty Dog, Riot Games, and Blizzard Entertainment. Now the studio has more than 4 dozen employees and is hard at work developing a shooter it hopes has 10,000 hours of depth and fosters incredible communities and lasting friendships. See, here's the problem. Everyone is trying to make some big multiplayer game that's going to be just, oh, I'm going to dump tens of thousands of hours just like I do with Fortnite. And everyone's trying to make that game. Now, it's like, I get it. Because if you do nail it and you do actually make that happen, it's going to be really awesome for you. But I'm just getting burned out by people just attempting this over and over and over and over again.
But about Fortnite, it's not that good. I mean, yeah.
I mean, I like the creativity of it, right?
Yeah.
I like people can make levels. I like just fun playing with your friends, all of that, right?
Yeah.
That's all really cool.
It's
just the core game itself is kind of like, okay, there's better shooters out there that, like, Doom would feel better. Or something like that.
Call of Duty.
Yeah, Call of Duty feels a lot better than Fortnite, really. But Fortnite is really good at offering tons of options for you to play in its sort of sandbox, and I get it, you know. But it's just not super great at anything, but it does a lot of things.
Like its battle royale, it doesn't really change a lot. Like, Chapter 2 was probably the best. I actually played it, like, all the time, every day, whenever it was Chapter 2 2020. Its Mythics was really good. The Marvel stuff in Chapter 2 Season 4, I love that. And even in the first season of Chapter 2, it was pretty good.
Okay. EA is developing PS4, Xbox One ports of Star Wars Jedi Survivor. He did so during EA's company Q1 earnings call yesterday, as reported by The Verge. Thanks to the strength of this legendary franchise and community demand, our development team has committed to bringing this Jedi experience to PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. So, it's just, hey, you know, it was on current gen only. They're actually putting on the older systems now. I'm not, like, too upset over this or anything. I still wish they would just really focus on the current gen and not worry too much on the last, because the more we keep doing that, the more we're not pushing things further, right? But this really isn't that too big of a project to do such a thing, right? It just takes a few people to just get all the technical stuff working under the hood to get it to run, but it's not like they're having to create anything more than that. So you could have a small team working on something like this on the side, which is why I'm not too upset over this. But I'm glad they're doing it after the fact instead of doing it while development's going on, because then you're having so many people spending so much time and energy when they need to be actually working on the game. But this is a lot better solution here.
I actually have something to say about it.
Okay.
About the Star Wars games and stuff. I saw the clip of it that you made on Twitter that everybody's arguing about that. Well, not everybody, but there's just this one guy going, "Oh, you just want it at 60 FPS all the time, and I get it like that you want it at 8,000 FPS." every single game, but I just wish it was like the old days to where everybody would be excited about a new game. He is just talking about the FPS as being very jittery, changing to 20 to 120. Like, going to 20 to 60.
So you're remembering this, hey, I want the game to run at like a smooth 60, right? And other people being of, I just wish people would just be excited the game existing. I'd be like, I mean, I am, but it's just annoying to play if it jitters around all the time, and I kind of wish I would just get a smooth experience. That's all I'm saying.
And they're arguing about you saying that...
Oh, I want 1,000 FPS. I wish everything was perfect. I was just like, no, I'm going to complain when things are bad, but, you know, it's in hopes that things get better. You know, doesn't mean I'm also not hating on the game any more than that.
Yeah, if you're listening to this, actually listen and get us. Because maybe talking will maybe get you to actually think of what we are saying and not what you think what we're saying.
Okay.
But you said though, I'm just saying we're, because right now we're doing it, but you originally said that.
Okay. Next story here, Nintendo just had a record-breaking quarter. The company's latest financial reports reveals that Tears of the Kingdom sold 18.51 million units from its release to June 30th. This led to Nintendo having the highest global sale through its first party for a first quarter since the launch of the Switch. It says sales of Tears of the Kingdom also drove hardware sales, as Nintendo sold 3.91 million units in this quarter, which ran from April 1st to July 30th of this year. Nintendo says those 3.91 million units sold translates to unit sales for the entire Switch family of systems, raising by 13.9% year on year, led primary by the Switch OLED model, which contributed to 2.83 million of those sales. So the Switch OLED model is actually selling the most out of all the Switches, which is surprising. Switch Standard sold 0.64 million units, and the Switch Lite sold 0.43 million. Software sales grew by 26.1% year on year to 52.21 million units during the same period. So in the last quarter, they sold 52.1 million units in their games. Tears of the Kingdom was 18.51 of those million. The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom was released on May 12th, has made a major contribution to Q1 sales to the current environment, in which we will see widespread adoption of Nintendo Switch hardware and continued play gauged by many customers. Sell through all this one title contributes approximately half of the first-party software sold this fiscal year. Customers who played the previous entry, The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, have already been the primary driver, but as the weeks have passed, we have seen that a growing percentage of purchases are being made by customers who have not yet played that title. Nintendo attributes the success of this new Super Mario Bros. Movie and related promotions to increase solid sales of Mario Kart 8 Deluxe and other Mario games. Digital sales during this quarter increased 35.9% year on year to 119.6 billion yen, accounting for 47.3% of total software sales. Overall, year on year, Nintendo says net sales for the first quarter of this fiscal year increased by 50% to 46.1 billion yen, with operating profit rising by 82.4% to 185.4 billion yen. Nintendo also updated its hardware and software sales list, meaning we can look at its best-selling consoles and games. Here are the best-selling Nintendo consoles. So, of all time, Nintendo DS is at number 1 at 154.02 million units. Nintendo Switch is number 2, right behind it at 129 million. So, 129 to 154, I think they'll actually hit it. I didn't think they would. Like, about a year or two ago, it was like, okay, it's getting 100, but can it do 150? It's pretty much there now, so... yeah, it looks like, I think Nintendo DS is number 1, PS4 is number 2, and then, Switch would be number 3 or Wii or somewhere in there. But I know Switch outsold Wii at this point. Yeah, that's right. So I think it is just DS, PS4, Switch, and I think Switch is about to pass PS4, and then soon going to be passing Nintendo DS, and I think it's actually going to happen. But the rest of them here, Game Boy, 110 million, Wii, 101 million, Game Boy Advance, 81 million, Nintendo DS, 75, NES, 61, Super NES, 49, Nintendo 64, 32, Nintendo GameCube, 21, Wii U at 13 million units. What were you going to say?
So, do believe that it's gonna go to the top sometime soon. But I did notice that on the list over there it says Super Family Computer, SNES. That many sold for an old console, a retro console?
Yeah, 'cause think about it. So before that, like, it was Atari, right? And Nintendo came out. Atari, if we look at Atari systems sold, let's see. And there was a ton of Atari models. And we're going to look up to just see, I think there was like 6 models. We're just going to look all 6 up and see if it even matches NES. I don't think so. And that's cheating because with NES, you have like NES, Super Nintendo. You know, there's like a bunch of Nintendos here. With Atari, even all of the Ataris that they made,
they're still not doing that
well as just NES.
Yeah.
Yeah, so all over the span of 3 decades, 30 years of Atari, only sold 30 million systems. And Nintendo, right, if we go back here, in what, 5 years, sold double that of what took Atari 30 years to do? So.
Also about the Switch and stuff. We used to have only one Switch, and whenever we would try to play games that were online multiplayer, we would only that are only on the Switch. We would only be able to do games of those that had like split screen, so we can do Splatoon and all that.
Yeah, so we did it because Pokemon, remember? That was the whole thing. I was like, Pokemon's coming out. We are both, because they did co-op for the first time.
Yeah.
Of like playing online co-op together through the whole game. So we're like, dude, I have to get a Switch. That way we can play co-op together in Pokemon.
And you also wanted it for Splatoon also.
Yeah, for sure.
And then, so, on Christmas, last Christmas, got the Switch Lite, basically my dad's present.
Which, I use it a lot. One last thing I wanted to mention, best-selling Switch games. So, these are the top 10 here. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe at 55.46 million. That's number 1 of all Switch games.
Yeah, I know, it's literally like number 1 of...
Alright, the rest of these games here, Animal Crossing, New Horizons, number 2.
Oh, I forgot.
42 million. Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, 31 million. The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild at 30 million. Super Mario Odyssey at 26 million. Super Mario Sword and Shield, Super Mario. Pokemon Sword and Shield, 25.92 million. And Pokemon Scarlet and Pokemon Violet at 22.66 million. So Scarlet and Violet are real close there with Sword and Shield. And I think we'll pass it by the end of here. Super Mario Party at 19.39 million. And The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, 18.51 million. The fact that it's in the top 10 and it just came out is insane. And New Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe, 16.17 million units.
What I think they were going to do is Switch Deluxe. And I was like, oh gosh, here comes the Mario cringe. Whenever I heard about like the new Mario coming out, but I didn't hear Mario Wonder.
Yeah, Super Mario Wonder. and it looks pretty awesome.
Oh, and also earlier I was trying, the reason I was waiting is because I thought I forgot something, but then I just went on because it was going to take too long. But what I was trying to say is that Animal Crossing, I think Animal Crossing is like an 1/8 of why people got the Switch.
Okay. Let's actually do the math on that. So 42 million, and there was how many Switches total? 129 million. So let's just, so 42 out of 129. So it's about 30%. A little more than that, but yeah, close enough. But yeah, that's pretty major. 1 in 3 people having that game. And it's one of the biggest system sellers. Actually, It's a little less than a third, sorry, because the Switch is at 130 million. It'd be 100, yeah, it'd be a little less than a third. Sorry. Anyway, Somerville is bringing this mysterious alien invasion to PlayStation consoles on August 31st. So that was just Xbox exclusive and PC, and now it's coming to PlayStation. And it's the people who made Inside and who made the game they did before that, and I can't remember the name of it now, and it's really slipping my mind, really annoying. Black and White, not Inside. What was? It's not exactly the same people, but similar. Anyway, Somerville was just Xbox, coming to PlayStation August 31st, and then Fantasian Steam listing raises hope that RPG by Final Fantasy creator may be coming to PC and console. A listing for Fantasian, the turn-based RPG by Final Fantasy creator Hironobu Sakaguchi, I think I said that right, Hironobu Sakaguchi, has been found in Steam's database, raising hopes that it will be released on major platforms such as PC and Nintendo Switch. So they're seeing underlines of it, looking like it's coming to Steam. But Fantasian is a game I played on my phone. You may have remembered of, it's like dioramas. Do you know what a diorama is?
Yes, I know what a diorama is.
So they make these dioramas and they basically like film them, and then they put like computer graphics on top of these dioramas for the characters and everything.
Oh,
And,
one of those games.
and it was a Japanese RPG, and I thought it was really, really good. And it was made by
That's a good idea.
an OG Final Fantasy person. And anyway, I mean, it's out. I played it, really liked it, but it looks like it may finally be coming to other systems outside of mobile phones, which would be really cool for people to play it on their Switch, PlayStation, Xbox, PC, whatever. Let's just get into what we're watching, what we're playing. I'll start with you. What have you been watching, playing?
Recently? What have I been watching and playing recently? Like I mentioned earlier, I have been playing a lot of Gorilla Tag, but with the watching, I've been watching a lot of stuff on Gorilla Tag that's called ghost hunting. There's these different types of bots that what they do is they ban people randomly. It's a AI generated that can actually read your IP address if you come across one. So that's why I'm never gonna be curious whenever I see, but I know the difference between fake and real, because most of the fakes won't have music and won't be teleporting and blah blah blah. There are like mods, and you can get mods from different ways, but most people do it private so they don't get banned, and they try out like you can turn really small with a mod or really big, or you could be like Spider-Man with a mod, or jump really high,
Okay.
or make it like a sandbox thing.
Gotcha. Have you been watching any like movies or TV shows?
Oh!
Or anything?
Now with movies.
Yeah.
With my Gigi, I've been watching a ton of Jurassic Park. I've watched 1 through 6 now.
Okay.
But
What's your favorite out of 1 through 6?
Probably actually the first one, because pretty much every single one after that is Dumb and Dumber with dinosaurs, and I just hate how dumb they are.
Okay. Even Jurassic, like the newer ones, like what are they? Jurassic World, right? What are they called?
I don't know. I mean, we just called
You watched
Jurassic
all
Park.
through 6, you don't even remember what they're called?
No. We just said Jurassic Park 1, Jurassic Park 2. We didn't say the names. We just went Jurassic Park 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But we only watched up to 6, but because what she had only had up to 6. And if it's still in theaters, we don't know. We're going to watch 7 in theaters.
Yeah, I think there's only 6 out. So.
There's 7 out.
Oh, okay. But you like the first one a lot. That's cool. What's one of your favorite movies? I don't know. Name like 2 or 3 movies you just like a lot.
Oh.
Can't think of anything.
I was talking about the 2020 Pokemon movie earlier.
Okay. So, I've been playing a lot of Pikmin 4. I've been really liking it. What have you been think about what I've played? Like, of what you watched me play? Or, I mean, we played a little bit of that multiplayer mode. What do you think about Pikmin 4?
I think it's really good.
Yeah?
I completely forgot about Pikmin.
So, but, you are really liking Pikmin. That's cool. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much... I mean, I'm still just working away on Diablo 4, playing that a lot. Really liking it. I can see the underlying pattern as you're playing, right? And it's like, the structure of the game is starting to feel repetitive. But when I'm just playing it, though, like, the fun of it and, like, the new skills and just the combat never feels repetitive. But just the way the quest and the progression of the game is structured, that's what's feeling repetitive for me. And that's kind of the best way I can word it. So I really think it's fun. I'm really loving the combat, but I'm a little like, I really wish they could mix it up more with its mission structure. But outside of that, I think it's a really good game. I mean, it's at least a 9 for me, if not higher above that. Really strong. Pikmin 4 right there along with it, at least a 9, if not stronger. And then, you know, playing Zelda. I keep trying to play Final Fantasy 16, but I'm just like kind of over it. But Final Fantasy 14. Can you tell them about that?
Oh, yeah. I made a really cute character. In Final Fantasy 14, we've been...
Well, I just started playing with you. You're playing it for the first time as of like, a week or two ago?
Yeah, a week or two ago.
What level are we?
We are level...
I want to say 12 or 13?
No, we're level, like, 16.
Yeah? Okay. I mean, what do you think about it so far? I mean, you're pretty early on. There's a lot you haven't seen or really done. But what do you think so far?
I've seen the DLCs and stuff, and I know it's going to get much better. I haven't seen much, but I have seen the DLCs that you've been playing, and it looks, like, really cool. And I forgot all the spoilers of whenever you did the DLCs.
But just when you're playing it, of, like, the stuff you're killing, the question, like...
Yeah.
What do you think about, like, I don't know, the monsters or the fighting, or how it plays? What do you think about that?
What I think about that,
or maybe the music, or maybe how the characters look.
I think it's like the main missions are addicting for some reason.
Okay.
To just
you like the music?
Hours and hours. Yes, I do. Love
the music. What do you think of like how it looks, like the art style?
Oh, it was actually a thing a while ago, and for that, I know they've upgraded it a little bit, but they haven't done it much. But that was really good. Because
it's a 2014 game. The year you were born, and it's pretty good for that time.
That was really, really good. That's really good graphics. Like, they did a few, like, extra shader graphic stuff, messing with that, whatever. After they destroyed the first world, and then remade it 2 years after.
I'm just happy to see you playing it, because it's giving me somebody to play with. But, you know, I've been playing it for a long time. I've played a lot, like, I don't know how many. I'm very curious how many hours I have into that. I need to check on that.
Oh, before we end the video, it's completely off topic. I just wanted to say that I've been messing around with amiibos a lot, and there's a Falco one. This Zelda one, my dad is supposed to go to level 50, which is the max for amiibos in Smash Brothers.
Yeah, I still need to do that, just because Zelda is one of my mains.
And he's gonna fight against my best amiibo, my Fox, because I'm main with the Fox, and I'm the best with the Fox. But then I got Mario was the first amiibo that I got to max level. And then after I got it to max level, I wanted to get a Fox amiibo. He has one over there, but he wants to keep it for collector's reasons. So he just got one from, like, eBay.
But yeah, you've been playing with the amiibos, training them in Smash Bros. And you've been having a lot of fun doing
Also doing the online amiibo battles that you can have.
Yeah. And Me and you, I mean, we've been doing it for years where we just go online and do online duos.
Yeah.
It's just something I should mention. I do that with him constantly, and it's a whole lot of fun.
Yes.
Let's get a new game watch and we'll get out of here. Atlas Fallen, PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S, PC, August 10th. Stray, Xbox Series X and S, Xbox One, August 10th. Stray, that was the cat game that was on PlayStation PC.
I know about
Now coming to Xbox.
I know about it.
What do you think about Stray? I mean,
I think I did on Steam, but I did the free trial though.
I think I just have it on Steam. You just played a bit of it, but yeah, no, I got you. And I mean, what'd you think of the game though? What you played? I mean,
it's pretty good.
okay. I was like, I thought it was okay. I mean, a lot of people really liked it, but I was like, it's good, I guess.
Yeah.
Stray Gods, the role-playing musical, all platforms, August 10th. House Flipper, PlayStation VR 2 and PlayStation VR Original, August 11th. Yeah, you know about that. Everspace 2, PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S, August 15th. Hammer Watch 2, PC, August 15th.
What is Hammer Watch?
We have that on our Switch, I think.
Really?
It's like I think it's like top-down 2D sort of like roguelike game.
Oh.
Moving Out 2.
I know what Moving Out is.
Yeah, we played it.
Yeah, we played it.
Yeah. PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S. Moving Out 2, all platforms, August 15th. Moving Out's pretty good, but it's just kind of over these like overcooked clones. And then Wayfinder, PlayStation 5, PlayStation 4, PC, August 15th. So the only thing really out of here, and not really much I'd care much about. Got anything more to add before we get out of here?
No. That's it for today. Let's wrap it up.
Let's wrap it up. I'll see you guys.
Bye.